Hi friends, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that might be new here, hi, welcome. My name is Megan. I'm just your average thrifty bargain hunter turned full-time reseller, and recently I started documenting my journey here on YouTube, and I'm so glad to have you. Today I am prepping for a thrift haul, and you are currently watching me do that. I thought that integrating this type of content into my videos, one, would give you some insight into what it takes to bring these videos to life on YouTube, and two, might help me to some way, somehow stay on track a little bit better. Like I said in my last thrift haul, kind of have another set of eyes on me, sort of, and be able to look back and see actually how I work in the moment. Anyway, so that's what we're currently doing. I did go to the Goodwill outlet this day where I spent $34.76 on 17 pounds of clothing, inventory, textiles, all of the things. It cost $1.89 per pound at my bins. I spent just over an hour. I spent an hour and 12 minutes at the bins. Left the bins and I went to a regular retail Goodwill store where I spent just over an hour there. I spent an hour and 14 minutes at the regular retail store, and I got more items, and I spent very close to what I spent at the bins. I spent $33.09 at the regular store. So we're going to go through and I'm going to show you all of that stuff that I bought at the bins, and then I'm going to show you the stuff I bought at the regular store. And I think it's kind of interesting that I spent roughly the same amount of money and the same amount of time at each place. If you've been watching the screen as I've been chatting, you're watching me pull the items out of my Hulkin, hang them on a hanger, and then proceed to steam them. As I'm steaming them, I'm also looking for flaws that I can be sure to make mention of when I'm listing them. So I'm also like gathering in information on every item as I am processing them. Processing everything today for this thrift haul took me roughly 35 minutes, which I wouldn't say is too terrible. I didn't have like hundreds of items to have to go through and prep, but I did have quite a few, and of that 35 minutes, I would say I spent the majority of it doing the actual task, so that's really wonderful. Also, if you have a drink near you, go ahead and take a sip of it. Stay hydrated. Anyway, I hope this has been insightful. This little clip has been insightful into what it takes to bring these YouTube videos, like I said, to life. And if you stick around past the end of the haul, I have another kind of clip like this for you where I am actually going to go ahead and photograph everything. So you get to watch me in my photographing flow, I guess, if you want to call it. Anyway, let's hop into what everybody came here for, the thrift haul. Hi friends. Okay, so we made it to the haul portion of today's video. The first thing I have to share with you, first I'm going to show you the stuff that I found at the bins, and then we'll come in with the things that I found at the regular store, and I'll be sure to tell you when we start the regular thrift store items versus the bins items. First thing I have to share with you is from the bins, and over here because it's just a little big for the rolling rack. I'm going to have to put a clip in of her because she's much too big to show you on screen to get her like in all of her glory. But anyway, this is a really beautiful, I would say like buttercream yellow, and I would say wedding gown. I'm not exactly sure, but it's kind of like a column style dress, I guess. I guess it flares out a tiny bit from your body, but basically a straight fit gown with this like exaggerated train that does clip on right under these two bows in the back. Like the bows would stay if you remove the train, but the train does have let me hang this up here so I can show you a little bit. The train does have some like embroideries on the bottom that match the top. See if I can show you that. And it's got this like really nice floral pattern with all these pearlized beads. little like bow detail. Like kind of gives like a bow with a little knot in the middle, except it's jewel. I don't know. I think it's so pretty. This did live through the regular retail Goodwill because they wanted $49.99 for it, which I would say is why nobody bought it. Anyway, it's a gorgeous, very light yellow dress, and you'll have to let me know in the comments if you think this is a wedding gown or a gown for another type of situation, but look at all of that detail. I love the sleeve cuts away like that. I think that'd be really pretty like on. And again, with all these pearlized buttons, and it does have kind of a sweetheart neckline under all of this lace. It does kind of give that little effect. Anyway, hopefully the clips I put in of this dress did it more justice than me just holding it here, because like I said, it's hard to show you her in all of her glory, but she does have a pretty exaggerated train. So we'll see how this does. This has no brand, unfortunately. Let me just double, triple, quadruple check. Yeah, no brand, no size tag, no nothing, but it does have a little tiny metal zipper, and the zipper and the teeth themselves, like the pull and the teeth, are metal, so hopefully that helps me to date it a little bit. It's have a few small stains and marks overall, but for the most part she's in really great shape, so we'll see how she does. Let me hang it back up over here. And the first thing that I have on the roller rack is this vintage, I would say this is maybe 90s, but Y2K if I was guessing, Victoria's Secret like slip dress. It's got plaid, floral, and houndstooth going on, so it's a very like busy pattern, and the majority of it is sheer like this, if you can see. I know it's hard to show you on the hanger, but there we go. That's a little better. And it does have like a crossback style. It is floor length, so that's fun, and it is a size medium, I do believe. And let me show you the tag. The tag, and it is a size medium. Victoria's Secret. This is a new to me brand. The brand is Ruby Ribbon. If you can see that, there we go. It's a size 42, and this is based on my very, very quick research at the bins, just to make sure this was a good enough brand to pick up and try to resell and wasn't something that I should just leave behind. Kind of like a shapewear top, and it does have this band on the inside that will grippers, so I think it like will hold your shirt down and keep it in place, you know, while you're wearing it, because look, it's like I'm just stuck to my finger just by doing that. Anyway, I really like this floral pattern. I thought it was really pretty and kind of giving Liberty of London vibes, and the feel of this shirt is kind of like swimwear too, so it's nice and soft, and like I said, it's a size 42. I'm not sure what that is in this brand, but we'll see how this does. It did live through the regular store for $4.99, which isn't terrible, but I do not know if I would have picked it up for $4.99 because I'm unfamiliar with this brand. Another Victoria's Secret piece. This one I would say is maybe the same era, 90s, Y2K. There's the tag, and this is a really nice sheer button front shirt, and I think this is a great piece because this can definitely be worn as like a top and not just like as a intimates piece. If you can see, it does like have 3 buttons there, and it is completely sheer. It ties at the neck as well, which is cute, and it ties here at the back, and nothing is wrong with it. This also lived through the regular store for $4.99, which isn't terrible, but I probably would have left this behind at a regular store. But at the bins, this weighs absolutely nothing, so I'm happy to pick that up. Same bin, I found this. I wish I found more like this, because this I think is going to do really well. Oh, I forgot to button the bottom, but all of the buttons indeed are there. This is a really cute vintage gold label Victoria's Secret little lace crop top, and it does, like I said, it has all the buttons, and the little buttons are like satin covered, so that's cute. This is a size medium, and I think this is going to do really, really well, and if I'm guessing, this might sell on Depop. This is cute, and when I saw that the brand was actually like a brand, I was like, yes, okay, love it. This is a really fun like art to wear, lagging look, gothic-y. vampire, I don't know, all of those keywords. It's giving me very like eclectic too for some reason. I don't know. This is a sheer silk citron top. They have a high retail value, but the resale is hit or miss. I think this though is going to do really well. I have sold some citron things for a pretty penny, and then I have sold some like basically giving them away, but I do think this one's going to do really well. It's got like this really nice split sleeve here, and the whole thing is sheer and like got this intricate detail. I don't know. I just think this is really nice. It's a size medium and it's 100% silk, if I didn't say that already. And here is the tag because I forget if I showed you or not. Citron. Next, this is just a vintage knit sweater, but I think the pattern and the color will help this to do well. This is a really like fun Fair Isle, après-ski cable knit sweater. I don't know what this brand is. I've never heard of it. I don't know where it came from, but it's a size medium and there's nothing wrong with this. It's in really great shape and I think somebody will really like this. I do like the colorway too. Like, yeah, this is very like, it's giving Dale of Norway to me. So we love that. Speaking of Dale of Norway, I went to the regular thrift store and found the last 4 things that are on the rolling rack here. The first thing that I found at the regular thrift store was a Dale of Norway. It was a like knit soft shell jacket, like a full zip jacket, and it was a modern one, so I was really excited. And I grabbed for the tag to see how much they wanted for it. It was only $14.99, which wasn't terrible. But very shortly after reading the tag, I noticed right here on the same sleeve where the tag was like somebody stuck their arm in a fire, you know, like it got burned really badly right here. I'll put a picture because I did take a picture of it and send it to Jack to show him that they were asking $15 for a fire damaged jacket. Anyway, I did find some goodies at that Goodwill with the fire burn jacket. But we'll get there in a minute. Next bins item. This is so cool. And this was, I think, somebody's like go backs from the day before. It was in an old bin, but it was right on top. This is a vintage corduroy quarter zip, or I guess half zip jacket with a hood. And it is vintage, like I said. Sportsmaster is their brand. I've never heard of this brand. I don't think I've ever thrifted it either, but I really love this like dark chocolate brown color. And I do like the fact that it has this like drop-in kangaroo pocket as well as a zipper kangaroo pocket, and that it has a hood. I think anyone could wear this, so cute. Oh, and it did live through the regular store. $9.99. That's too much. I don't think I would have paid $9.99 for this, but I will take it at the bins. Next, this is so exciting, and this was one of my winter bolo brands to be on the lookout for. So if you didn't watch that video, I will link it here if you want to go check that out. This is a kazoo jacket, and I believe this is a like a golf course logo or something like that. This little bird, I think it's 1916 with a little bird. But other than that, this jacket is in excellent condition. I would assume they sold this at the resort, whatever resort this belongs to. But here's the logo. It's a K, and it's on the jacket several times right here. And then here is the actual brand. It says it right here on the collar, and it's pronounced kazoo. I don't know the exact name of this jacket quite yet, but I do think this jacket will do really, really well. It's in excellent shape. Maybe it does say the name on here. It does. Men's Pro 3L 3.0 jacket. How nice of them to put that on there for me. So I think this, like I said, will do extremely well. It's in really great shape. And I definitely would have paid $8.99 at the regular thrift store for this, but I'm glad to find it at the bins. I'm very tempted to try this on and keep it because it feels like Barefoot Dreams, very like soft and cozy. But this is an Eileen Fisher, like cropped, boxy fit. Like I said, soft, cozy knit cardigan, crew neck sweater, and it is a size medium. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and I absolutely love, love, love this like tan coffee latte color. I think this will do really well, and I think this was at the, this was at the regular store for $5.99. maybe I would have paid $5.99 for that, but don't tell Goodwill that. Next, this is a, oh, this is fun. This is a Co dress. This is another brand that is very, very expensive retail, but resell is so-so. We'll see how this one does. I do have another dress by this brand, a gorgeous like maxi denim dress that has had no interest, but I think is absolutely stunning. So I'm waiting for the right buyer on that one. But this is from spring summer 2018, and I believe this is a linen cotton blend maxi dress. It does have this tie here, so it ties from both sides at the back to make it a little bit, you know, more fitting to your body. It has this like what is this, a boat neckline, I believe that's what you call that. Got like this micro stripe all over. I really do like the black and white, and we will see how this does. Like I said, I have another dress by them and it has had no attention, but we shall see how this one does. If you have had any luck with Co, I would love to know where it sold for you, because I couldn't even begin to guess what platform I think this would do well on. But this dress does give like that kind of lag-in look type of vibe, so that's probably the market I'm going to target with this. So if I was guessing, eBay. Next, oh my goodness. So when I saw this in the bin, I was praying to the thrift fairies that this was going to be another vintage Lily dress. Unfortunately, it is not a vintage Lily dress, but it is vintage and it does have a brand. Before I show you the brand, let me show you the pattern. What is that, a toucan? I think that's what it is, like tropical birds all over this really nice, like kind of watercolored, bright summer dress. This does have a tie at the waist to tie in your back again, and it has this like flutter kind of like sleeve situation going on. Let me show you the brand. I believe it's just Montgomery Ward from my recollection, but if I was guessing, I would say this is new without the tags, because look how crispy this brand tag is. And this Union Made tag, look how crispy that is. This is a size 9-10. And like I said, that's the Union Made tag, and it is by Montgomery Ward. I think this dress is going to do pretty well, and I am going to list it now instead of waiting until spring, summer, and like putting it in backstock. I don't know why, really. I just I just am going to list this one now rather than waiting. Okay. So that was the last of the bins items that I found yesterday, and we're going to move into the 4 things that I purchased at the regular store. Like I said in the very beginning of the video, I spent almost the exact same amount of time and money at the bins and the regular store. So at the bins, I was able to find all of this plus that yellow dress. Also, not pictured here, I found a vintage Red Wing chore jacket, kind of like a Carhartt workwear jacket, yesterday at the bins as well. It was actually the first thing that I found, but my husband is keeping that one, and he actually wore it to work today, so I do not have it here to share with you, but I did find that as well. So I found all of this plus a jacket at the bins for $30-some, and that at a regular store, I ended up finding 4 things for $30-some, and these are the things I found at the regular store. First, I found this. This is a Masters branded skirt. This is a Magnolia Road, I think. Magnolia Lane Tech. I don't know what that is, but this is a Masters logo, and this is Masters times Magnolia Lane little skirt. Oh my gosh, that couldn't come to me for a minute, and it was $5.99, so I don't think that was terrible at all. Next, this was exciting. This is a MM Lafleur. Here is the brand. Extra small cashmere sweater. This is a like cropped boxy fit sweater, and this was only $6.99. It has no holes and nothing is wrong with it except for the fact that it needs to be sweater shaven. I don't know if, yeah, there you go. So my sweater shaver will just take all of that off super duper easily, and actually I'll show you my sweater shaver. For those of you who have never seen it, I love this thing and I swear by it. This is my sweater shaver. This little grate here, you just
do one of those, and these come right off. And I will go ahead and link it below for you guys if you are interested in getting one for yourself. It's by far the best sweater shaver I have ever purchased, and like I said, I swear by it. So I will link this down below if you are interested. Anyway, LaFleur, and if I didn't say already, this was $6.99. And next, this was extremely exciting, and this was a few items down on the rounder from the burned Dale of Norway sweater, so I was still very sad about that when I came across this. And I read this really quickly, and I thought that I read it right, and I was like, no way that says that. No way that says that, because I've never found this brand in the wild. This is a Nike jacket. And you're like, cool, Megan, you've never found Nike before? What's so special about Nike? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is a Nike Every Stitch Considered jacket. And this is like Nike Couture. If I could explain it in any easy way, it is Nike Couture. It is expensive Nike. Like I have not looked up this exact jacket yet. I just knew when I found it, I was like, oh gosh, yes, please. I'm so tempted to try this on because number one, I love this like super light dove gray color. And number two, this is so soft and cozy feeling. And number three, the cut is so interesting and cool and looks like you could just live in this. Anyway, this is a size small, and like I said, this is a Nike Every Stitch Considered. Let me show you the tag a tiny bit better because I'm not sure if I did a very good job of not moving around. So I don't know what ND means right there, but Every Stitch Considered is definitely what you want to look for when you're looking for Nike stuff. So we'll see how this is. And if editing me can find this exact jacket, I will have put it on the screen for sure. Every Stitch Considered, Nike. We'll see how this is. If you have any experience with this line of Nike, I would really love to know how it did for you, where it sold, where it performed well, etc., etc. Oh, and this was, drum roll, $10.99. So that's not terrible at all. And then last but not least, this is so cute. Illin Dad, and this is a vintage Russell crew neck. So this is a vintage collegiate sweater, and here is the vintage Russell tag. Off the top of my head, I don't know the era, but I would guess 80s or 90s for this. And there's the back of the tag. It looks like somebody wrote their name in it, but editing me will put on the screen exactly the era for this Russell tag because they're easy to date. Anyway, this is in excellent shape. It looks like somebody bought this back in the day and never wore it, or like wore it one time. It does have the little like embroidery here at the bottom. And this was $9.99, so that's a hair on the expensive side, but I do think this will do pretty well. So I was not afraid to pay up for it a tiny bit, especially considering I had just found this. Okay, so that is the end of this thrift haul. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and if you would like to let me know in the comments below which item I thrifted is your favorite, that would be awesome.
Okay, friends, so we back with the GoPro footage, and we are finished with the haul. And directly after filming the haul this day, I decided I was going to knock out all of the photos and try to get everything listed before this haul went up. And as you'll see as we go along, I definitely, like I mentioned before, have a photographing flow, if you will. Before we get into how I photograph everything, I do want to mention I photograph everything with my phone. And I've had the same phone for several years. I have a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, I think. It is not a new phone by any means. Like I said, I've had it for a few years now. But I love it. I love the way it photographs. I love the way it films video. I film all my YouTube videos on that, aside from right now when I'm filming this GoPro footage because I'm currently using my phone to photograph things. All of that to say, you don't need some fancy setup to be successful in taking nice, clear, crisp photos. And as you'll notice, I don't have a lighting setup either. I'm just photographing using the natural light coming in from the window. Obviously, this doesn't work every day, like if it was raining outside, or perhaps I wanted to photograph things when it was dark out. The workaround for that I found, because a ring light for me always just got in the way. It's kind of like my mannequin. I don't use it as much as it gets in the way, and I know that's like very silly, but I did swap out the light bulb in my ceiling light, that natural warm interior lighting, to a bright white cool toned light, and essentially it's like a ring light but in a light bulb, and that has worked really well for me. Just some little tidbits, I guess, about photographing. Anyway, if you've been watching me on the screen, I typically photograph everything the exact same way, so it shows up the same in my camera roll. Also, it's like basically muscle memory at this point, so I don't forget anything. Typically, I photograph the front, the back, any special things that I want to be mentioned in photographs, or alternatively, any flaws that I want to be photographed. Then I go ahead and measure the garment, and typically I do pit to pit and shoulder to hem. And if it's like a dress, maybe I will do the waist. If it's pants, I will do the inseam. And a nifty little trick I learned about measurements from Miss Gloria over at Via Glow is to write the measurements down on a whiteboard and just snap a photo of the measurements and upload them into the listing. Before doing that, before seeing Gloria do that, I would take a picture of every individual measurement and then go ahead and have to physically type them out into the description of the listing. And not having to do that has literally saved so much time in my listing process. And we are always looking to cut down on the time it takes to list an item, which is why I think it's so important to have some sort of flow, and why I'm sharing my photographing flow with you today. I hope it has been helpful, insightful, useful, fun to watch. I'm not exactly sure. I hope it's been interesting. To me, I'm just working, but I like watching other people work, and I like seeing how other people do things and seeing what I can improve in my own business. And with that, I think we will end the video here. If you enjoyed these little GoPro take a peek into my workday, workflow, life clips, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you took the time to watch this video and you spent your social media currency with me today, I so appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind just hitting like on the way out, that would be awesome. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.